How are you getting that talent pipeline filled? How are you encouraging young people to see that manufacturing and assembly is exciting and you can have a career there? Because so many people look at it and they go, oh, I don't want to work in an assembly plant.
Yeah, no, that's a great question. So a couple things. So one, there was no LinkedIn 3 years ago.
Right.
I get probably 4 to 5 requests a week from people wanting to come into the organization. Okay. So they feel the excitement because every day on LinkedIn, it's about 15 to 20 posts now that are showing what's happening from around our different areas. And they're not showing the super secret. It's just, hey, look at what they've done. That's one thing. Second is the early career talent program. We've substantially increased and substantially put a lot of focus. I spent a lot of time with our 4 college graduates and have expanded it to make sure that they are getting experiences in different areas of the organization. So they are much wider in their perspective rather than being very siloed in one section.
Yeah.
And like I said, part of the requirement of theirs is they have to be on a bus tour and they have to do a 5-day Kaizen Gemba that serves the operator before they graduate, because then we know that they've seen it and it creates the energy. And then the other thing is, when I got here, the thing I said to my team was, just understand my MO is 30% external hiring, 70% internal, unless I don't have that skill set. And a few areas that we didn't have that skill set as much was digital manufacturing, the true lean experiential. And we've done that. But what's been so rewarding is the number of people that we have found that have come up and have been promoted and are becoming big leaders in the company.
Yeah, that's great to hear. Now, we hear a lot about the Skunk Works, and we hear a lot about the California, Silicon Valley type culture. It's a challenge. You want some of that entrepreneurial spirit, not afraid to take risks, right? Try anything and fail, which is not typically what we have in legacy auto culture. And you brought in some of the Skunk Works, if you will, into Louisville with the EV, the Universal EV platform. And that's great. Love that. But what about all of those decisions and all those silos that have to support that? Because having the manufacturing layout is one thing, but everything else has to support it. How do you do that?
Early on, and so Alan Clark has been running Skunk Works out in California for a while, but very early on when I was here, we put our team out there too, okay? And we had to go over some bumps and bruises because you got to make sure you have the right people that respect all the things that were going on in the Skunk Works team, but also the Skunk Works team respecting the 100+ years of experience in manufacturing. And it wasn't just manufacturing. The engineering teams have done that, the material planning and logistics team, even to the point where I've had my operators go out and they went out to California so they could give input on how the line ran from their perspective and give their feedback. So I think part of it was getting that integration and becoming we're all one team. You get a collective vision. We have to do this. It's essential for us to make this thing and win. And we still have a little ways to go, and it should be exciting to see how it comes up.
We talk about the win for Louisville. Yeah. From a cultural perspective, what's the number one thing that will make it a win?
I think the number one thing, I want the vehicle to be successful, and that you've shown that a very successful plant. Louisville's been a super successful plant, very great, but it's been able to integrate a completely new way of doing manufacturing that hasn't been seen necessarily before. But also when you get into it, you're going to see that the ergonomics are so substantially different supporting the operator in a way. I mean, you're not doing bends, you're not doing pop clamps. There's so many different things that we've tried to think of it from the perspective of the operator and get their feedback. The vehicle is very key, and to do it to compete against the Chinese, that's the intent. But at the same time, it's how are we processing the vehicle and what's that do for the operator long term and so on and so forth. So I think there's a lot of wins that will come out of it, but we'll wait and see how